What's good, Exiles? Welcome to yet another build video. This is going to be a mid-game update or setup for Titan as we ascended to a big slammer. I also made early game setup in the right upper corner. Try to take you, step by step. So if you like the series, please consider hitting that subscribe and like button as it helps triggering YouTube algorithm gods. Now, I also do all my builds on Mobilytics. So the full build planner will be in the description, the pinned comment. So if you could hit that heart button there, that would also help me a lot, and I appreciate you all. But anyways, I got to Act 3, almost wrapped it up yesterday. I got level 43 as well. Now I will go over the skills first, but the footage you will see does not have updated gems because I did move some around after the stream yesterday. But now we got access to another tier of skills. We finally got rid of auto attack from our last video. Because that felt a bit weird to use. We are upgrading to Sunder. I like this ability. It's a bit the problem with this ability is a slow animation, which is a bit, I'm not sure how viable this will be in endgame, but especially dual wielding, I want to see how it is with like Giant's Blood, which is extremely hard to get, but more about it later. So Sunder and Earthquake are main abilities. Bone Shatter sometimes when the mobs are primed for his heavy stun, and there is only one mob, but there is a problem. I don't know why, but for some reason, 95% of the time, Bone Shatter always misses on the first hit. I don't know what's going on, but it's really weird. Now, so the main Sunder ability here, we go with Consecrated Effect. This does reduce its AoE by 50%, but even with that, AoE is still good and is still enough. So mainly take it for the damage, 40%, multiplicative more. Martial Tempo for attack speed, as we need to speed up this animation. It feels really good with increased attack speed. Fire Infusion, I did not have this in the footage, but extra fire damage. I don't know why I slept on this gem. I totally missed it. So this goes very well with Infernal Cry and Herald of Ash. Earthquake, this is going to be our opener. We go with Fist of 4 every 6 seconds. You'll get increased AoE and damage. Multiplicative is pretty good. Magnified Effect for more AoE for those big pops. And then we get Fast Forward, so the check the ground, the Aftershocks I triggered faster because 4 seconds is quite long by default. Bone Shatter, we go with Rage. Nothing too crazy. I don't use it that often. Infernal Cry, amazing shout. I go with Raging Cry for Rage. Rage gives you damage 1% for each stack, so per 5 power. As you can see, as you get 2 rares, you get 2 stacks or like 2 procs. This is more for later usage when you get more access to Rage. Premeditation for more damage with a shout by 15%. Good stuff. Now, Armor Breaker has increased attack speed with dual wield. I did not have this in the footage. I had only shield. Totally forgot about this. So now you can see me with dual wield. We go with Break Endurance. This will have a good usage with Infernal Cry, as for every charge you will get extra empowered attack. So it'll go well with Seismic Cry as well. And Demolisher to break more armor. Again, in the footage, I did not use Armor Breaker as often, but I should. I just keep forgetting about it. Just skill issue, right? So use this on rares and then Sunder, right? Because why we should do that is Sunder has a guaranteed critical hit, which is pretty hard to get and rare, in this version of the game. Or Jonathan also confirmed that it will be hard to get the good number of crit chance. But anyways, guaranteed crit on fully broken armor. It also consumes it. So you would armor break Sunder. Depends how much armor you break with this ability itself. There are some good passives in the skill tree that break even more armor. I don't have those yet, and I feel like those will be needed for Sunder. And this also has increased critical damage bonus by 100%, so that's pretty neat. But anyways, moving on. Next up, we got Leap Slam. This gem will carry you with heal. Consecrated Ground is basically a little AoE underneath you that heals you 5% of the life per second, which is very crazy. And yeah, the curses have reduced effect on you as well. So AoE isn't that big from the ground, but it's very good. Jagged Ground, something to slap on here. When you leap in, you have a chance to create Jagged Ground. Herald of Ash, this will carry you for AoE clearing, like white mobs and whatnot. So I put Vitality and I put Precision for accuracy. I feel like this is needed for Sunder. You could honestly play a ranged build with Sunder because the length of this bad boy is huge. But once I get like another Spirit Gem, because those are pretty hard to get. So far, I've got only 2 at level 43. So I did upgrade Herald of Ash, but I am strongly considering, which I will probably use, is Time of Need. This bad boy right here above me. I think this will be a must-have in endgame because it's just too powerful, right? Regen and, you know, curses and all that. It's getting dispelled. It's amazing. So these were the skills. This is the setup. Now for once I get access to another tier of skills, I'm kind of surprised I haven't. We will unlock Supercharge Slam and Hammer of the Gods. Now Hammer of the Gods is a must-have for any build. I will put some bleeding on that, something like Deep Guts, Lacerate. You cannot go wrong with that on big abilities like Hammer, because, you know, adding ailments is very good for the build. It increases the damage a lot. There is some good passives as well in the skill tree. I recommend using Mobilitics Planner because that one is the best in the game. You will just type in the search bar bleed and you will see the passives in the tree because there's many of the good ones. There's also some uniques that make your bleed aggravated, which means more damage. So we will do that. Supercharge Slam got heavily nerfed as per GGG on tweet or X, because you could one-shot bosses almost with Supercharge Slam, so they had to nerf it because it was way too good. So even after the heavy nerf, it's a great ability, still great. So you could add it too as a single target damage against bosses or rares. So I might do that too, but mainly the Hammer of the Gods. Add some bleed there. You could add Ignite as well, but for Ignite, you kind of have to go, I don't know, you have to invest more passives into Fire. Maybe even Avatar Fire here for more damage. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna start with bleed and take it from there, right? So let's take a look at some of the footage we got going on in here. Just right here. This was the bleed. I absolutely did not lose my footage right now. Oh my days, man. I have so many things, and there we go. There's the Ulf from yesterday. Let me cover him. All right. So again, no dual wield here for Armor Breaker. So basically, it's just Earthquake into Sunder. I was just running around. I used Shield Charge for mobility before, but since I dual wield, I just dropped it. So you could just use Sleep. And it's just Earthquake into Sunder, because while you cast Sunder, your Earthquake Jagged Ground, the Aftershock will proc. So you don't have to worry about it. I was just running around in here. Hold on. This is a pretty fun boss in this one. I'll show it in a bit if I'll be able to. And the Azagabog, the Witch. I believe there was like a pack with the rare. Yellow Talon. Sun resistant, that's a bad one. I mean, some rares, this one is not that bad, but some rares. So for example, on this one, you would want to use Armor Breaker. I didn't use that because L2P, you know, a skill issue. But some rares are so 8 to fight, you just have to leave, dude. You just have to leave. There's an affix on rare that regenerates life. Hello. So fast. There is also evasive one. It's horrible, right? If you don't have Hammer of the Gods, it's horrible. Because Hammer of the Gods, mobs cannot evade that hit, so that one is easy. But adding Fire, the gem on Sunder is going to be great damage increase, which I didn't have it here. But as you can see, the AoE with Sunder is still good, despite having 50% less. It's just enough. It's just enough, right? As we get more sockets, I will probably drop that one, and I'll get something else. Either related to Fire or Bleed, or just more physical. Because of Bleed, like there is a gem Brutality, which you might remember from my first video. Brutality increases your physical damage, but you cannot use any elements, or sorry, elemental damage, excuse me. So that would pair well with Bleed, for example, but you would not be able to use Infernal Cry, because this is fire damage and it would not work on Brutality gem. Something to keep in mind. You would not be able to proc that. So this is the boss. I thought this boss is trolling me because it was circling around for so long. Maybe I was supposed to hit it. I have no clue, but first try on this boss. Very good one. I like the mechanics. Like the bosses are just from different world in this game. The devs are, you know, it's crazy, man. The creativity and just their mind, you know, thinking about mechanics, being different. Crazy. We got some procs here. I believe I had Jagged Ground on the Sunder as a gem, and honestly, Jagged Ground on Sunder is not that bad. Actually, not bad at all. I thought with mana, with like Sunder being higher mana, you know, higher mana skill, I thought it would be a problem with mana, but actually that was not the case at all. Now, at this point, the huge like game breaking is like stat, for example, or mainly is the resistances. If you don't have resistances, it's a GG. You'll have a hard time. Like I was finding this, I will try to find it in Molten Vault Act 3. There was this fire lizard. It's got a little shot, almost like no shotgun ability, but a very fast attacking ability that spits out projectiles, and I had like, I believe 20% fire res. I was getting destroyed, deleted. On this boss, I had like 50% fire res, much better as well. But yeah, as I was unfamiliar with the, you can see like high mobility bosses like this is super edge to fight. Oh my days, look at that. Even though this game is auto tracking, where it, you know, kind of follows the boss moves as they go, but sometimes it's just hard. See, for example, here, I just like to proc Bonebreaker sometimes to get that heavy stun. And my Armor Breaker broke only 210 armor. Yeah, it's still good, still good. You know, some stacks of Armor Breaker is very good to use. So, but yeah, I believe if I was doing Armor Breaker into Thunder, this would also be dead much faster. Still pretty good, right? So yeah, this is where I unlocked. This is actually not even with the other spirit here. This was just a clean Herald of Ash without the extra gems. Now I just looted extra 30 spirit from this boss. This is where you get extra spirit, by the way. So moving forward, I was looking for some. Oh, this was the okay, the levers, city. I'll try to find the Molten Vault as well with the boss. But this is just some showcase I want to show you. This is another rare Doomfly. Again, I should be using Armor Baker. Not, you know, not it's like that, but it's whatever. I'll get used to it. It's just a matter of getting used to, right? The rotation and whatnot. Where's that bad boy? Was it Molten Vault? No, Molten Vault is a different boss. That lizard I was talking about was earlier. I forget what zone he was in. Oh, he was right. Oh, okay. He was right here. He was right here in the zone. Yeah. It took me like 3 tries to kill him. Or 4 tries even, because I was getting deleted by his ability. Oh, this was the other boss. This one was lightning. I had 60% lightning here, which, you know, was insane. It's really cool design on this boss too. I mean, I know I say it with every boss, but I'm just you know, I'm just shocked, man, what they came up with. That's really cool. For some reason, I thought this is endgame boss. I mean, the end boss for Act 3, but it's not. Again, Armor Baker I should be using more often. I wasn't. Same with Earthquake. I should proc Earthquake more often. Like the rotation will be Earthquake, Double Thunder, Earthquake, Double Thunder. I didn't do that though. I'll get used to it. It's because this build just plays different than the one before, right? From the early one. I'll just try, kind of like I just wanted to see like its mechanics here. If there's like second phase, usually there is if you bring bosses to lower HP. Some new attacks. I believe he didn't though. 2 stacks of Armbreaker. Oh my god, Ulf is learning, man. Look at that. But yeah, I need to keep the debuff up, right? It always falls off, so that's just my bad. And once again, if I dual wield, Armor Breaker would be much faster. Maybe that's why I kind of didn't want to use it. It was kind of slow, even with one-hander and shield. But was the lizard before this boss? I don't even remember. I think it was. I believe that one dropped you a buff with fire res, like 10% or something. This was here. Yeah, I don't think I can find it, boys. Coffin Spine, next zone. Anyways, I'll try to show you the boss in Molten Vault. That one was super fun. That one was extremely fun. Okay, this was my first attempt. It's because I was basically running away against this from this mechanic with these little puddles, whatever, and that was a mistake. That's where I learned that's not supposed to happen. Armor break. I believe this gold icon means he's strong against physical, so I should be using more armor breaks. I did some here, but yeah. On the second attempt, it was so much better. There's also a way to bug this boss. Right, I think this is it. No? This was still, never mind. This was still the first attempt. Yeah. Let me go to the second attempt here. You can see it's getting deleted. So, so this is the start. Yeah, I think I had to check it around on the Sunder, which deals pretty good damage if you stack it up. But you should leave with armor break first thing in the fight. See, the damage keeps stacking up a little bit now with Sunder. There's some big stuff right there, dude. Look at the procs. Holy. Anyways, when he transitions into this this mechanic right here, and he stun him, he gets bugged out for the whole fight, and he won't fight. I believe I managed to do it on the second part. He still tags here. Right, this is it. So he's about to activate his second phase, I believe, and that's where I interrupted him. And from here, he will just walk in straight line as when he would normally with the mechanic, but nothing is spawning. And he just walks like this. See, it just walks like this. Even if I implied heavy stun here after this, he still walked. But that was good. That was a good boss fight. That was good. Anyways, let's get into the business. Let's get into the game. I will show you the skill tree, and then we go over the gear. I believe the tree will be mostly same for like other warriors, because it's pretty straightforward, I would say. So first thing, this didn't change. Still the beginning. We go with bottom here for stun buildup. I'm a big fan of that. Some damage increase here. I went with sturdy metal for armor. I went with relentless. Now on the right side, it's pretty close. Attack speed. I'm a big fan of that. Again, for Sunder, you need this. And since it was like 2 points away, I went with Battle Hardened as well. Extra stats armor. You will get less damage taken when the mobs crit. Another note I want to go for, which is only 4 points, is skill speed. This is basically how fast the animations are on the skills. So for Sunder, that would be very good, right? So that's what I would want to get. Next up, we went for damage increase to enders. I went with polished iron. I'm not sure if this is really good, but I just took it. This will be better in endgame once you get more armor. A big beefy strength here. You want this. Strength is also HP. We went with vocal empowerment. Amazing passive. More empowers on the shout. This goes for seismic cry once we unlock it. So I will drop later on. I will drop like I have two free slots here. This should be free. So Seismic Cry and Hammer of the Gods here. I might drop Bone Shatter for Supercharge Slam. Next up, I want to go with Aftershocks, Split the Earth. Very important. I will go around here because this is more Aftershocks, some damage, stun build up, and go for Skull Crusher. Maybe Mate Blast could be good too. I believe they changed this though, so I'm not sure. But then I either go down here for Polymathy, which is quite far, but it should be fine for increased attributes, and also these ones as well, just to proc the Titan's Blood. But I believe this is kind of impossible to get right now, as they nerfed it. It requires triple the attributes compared to before, which was double. Like for example, right, this mace is 88 strength requirement. Double this, it's 176, and I'm at 141 strength. So it's kind of stupid if you ask me, but it's whatever. And that will be the plan, basically, right? For the tree, that will be the plan. I might go on this side as well. There is a two-hander and more AoE, 15% and strength too, pretty good. You would also get more stun build-up and damage. 5% attack speed though, you know, it's not that much, but, you know, 5 attack speed is 5 attack speed. But we shall see. On the Ascendancy, I have only 2 points. The Earthbreaker early on is good, but I might swap to Crushing Blows. I talked about this passive being bad when I was talking about the previous build that enabled this one. Did not enable us to use auto attack with Bonebreaker, but since we are not really using that setup anymore, I might go with this. And then once I get next trial completed for another 2 points, I will probably go for Hulking Form, because this will buff all the passives from here, from the tree, which is broken. Or I might go for Surprising Strength, but we shall see about that. On the items, pretty generic. On the armor, you want to get armor, health, resistances, strength. These 4 stats is what you want on armor, on any of these. Now on the gloves, you would want to get physical damage attacks, flat damage, and then life leech, which I don't have. On the weapon, this one cooked pretty well. The only thing it's missing is attack speed and probably life leech, but life leech can be added as a socket. But attack speed is very much needed. I don't have it here though, big satch. Now this goes well with Thunder. As you can see, the implicit of this mace causes enemies to explode on critical kill for 10% of their life as physical damage. Pretty good, right? Since Thunder is guaranteed crit, but yeah, you need to get more, you get proc armor break. And I believe that was about it, gamers. I believe we covered everything. So again, the combo wombo rotation here is to Earthquake, Infinite Cry into Sunder, into Earthquake, into Sunder, Earthquake. And on bosses, you want to proc Armor Breaker. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I will update the, if I find anything, I will update the planner, which will be in the description again. And I will make a separate videos to, if I go steps further with the setup. So thank you all for watching. I stream also every day on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to come through for the Twitch drops and that, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, you guys stay safe. enjoy the grind, and until next time, peace out.